From right here where you are, allow the crown of your head to reach up towards the ceiling. Notice the seat you're in. Allow the crown of the head to grow taller. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears even further. Let the neck relax. Feel how the back of the neck might tone, how the front of the neck might stretch, or vice versa, to establish that long spine. We'll begin with 2 rounds of Kapalabhati breathing. It's a shining skull exercise. So good for the respiratory system. So good for waking up. And it's also really good for getting anything that might be stuck in your sinuses out. So it can be handy to have an old rag nearby should you need it. Take in a breath and let it out. Kapalabhati breathing is nothing more than a forced exhalation through the tummy, through the diaphragm area, and a natural organic inhalation that you don't really have to think much about. It should happen on its own. We're going to do today's exercise with a closed mouth and through the nose so that we really get to this congested sometimes area right here. We'll do about 30 rounds, which should not take very long. If the intensity of the breathing exercise is a bit too great, back off. We'll begin. Finish the breath. Take in an inhale. And we'll go again. All right, finish out that breath. Now that we've stoked our fire a little bit, we're going to balance out the mind and the body a little bit more. We'll do this through an alternate nostril breathing exercise that uses your hand. Bring down the pointer and the middle finger so that the pinky and the ring remain up. The thumb is out. Then take them into a little bit of a claw shape. Turn it around and place your pinky and ring right here at the nostril. Inhale through the right, and we're going to do that for about 4 counts. Now close the right nostril and hold your breath for, get this, 12 counts. Now we're going to exhale through the right for 8. Now cover the right and inhale through the left. Hold the breath. We're going to hold it now for 12. And then we'll exhale through the left side for 8 counts. Cover the left and inhale through the right for round 2. 4 counts. Now hold your breath here on the right side for 12. And now through the right, we're going to exhale for 8. Cover the right and inhale through the left for 4. Hold your breath. Now exhale for 8 through the left. Inhale right 4. We'll do our final round, our third round. Hold your breath. Exhale to the right. Inhale through the left for 4. Hold your breath. And exhale left for 8. Wonderful. Notice how you feel. Now, in whatever seated position, whether it's a cross-legged seated position or you're sitting on your heels, you're going to side bend the body. Bring your right hand out to the side and bring your left arm up. Stretch your left arm over the right. You can bend your right elbow and push into the floor a little bit as you inhale into the left-hand side of your body. And then exhale through the left-hand side of your body. Inhale to center, try your other side. Inhale into that right-hand side. Find the good stretch. And we'll bring it back to center. A little bit of twisting here. Bring your left hand under your right knee and the right hand behind you and look over your right shoulder as you reach your chest up into the sky and back to the back of the room. Switch your sides, please. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, chest up, drop behind you. And we'll come to center. We've side bended the body in 2 directions. We've twisted the body in 2 directions. Now we just need to flex and extend the spine. So let's come into a tabletop position where we roll onto our knees and bring our hands under our shoulders. We can adjust our drawers and bring some weight forward into the hands. Let's play with the weight distribution a little bit. Let the weight shift back and then let the weight come forward. Let the weight shift back and let the weight come forward. Once you're here, find the weight in the fingertips. You can flip the top of the feet down and even walk your legs back just a little bit to help get the shins down. And now round your lower back up to the ceiling, the middle back up to the ceiling, and lastly tuck your chin into your chest. We'll call this position cat. And from cat we'll come into cow by lifting the tailbone up, pushing the stomach down, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and lifting the chest up. From this cow-shaped spinal extension, we'll come into spinal flexion, cat shape. We start by posteriorly tilting the pelvis, turning it this way, away from the floor, pulling the belly in, flexing the spine by engaging the abdominal muscles in the front of the neck. Last one, coming into cow. Now we anteriorly tilt the pelvis, tilting the frontal hip bones down. The spine starts to extend disc by disc. And yes, even the spine between the shoulder blades, all the way up to the neck. Get a good lift. From here, let's flip the feet over and hinge the hips back into down dog. So from here, we'll go ahead and find a little bit of hip flexion. And then shoulder flexion, where we take the arms over the ears. And find some knee extension, where we straighten out the legs. Let's alternate knee extension from side to side, which is a fancy way of saying, go ahead and pedal your knees. Good. Maybe we play with the hands a little bit. Feeling pretty good. Good. And we'll walk the feet up to the hands just a little. From here, we're going to inhale and lift the head up. Find some length in the spine. The hands can still be on the ground with bent knees. If that's not possible today, you have a couple of options. You can put your hands on your shins and lift the chest from here. You could have your hands on blocks to lift the chest from here. Whatever's going to help you get that spine feeling like it's under stretch. And then exhale, fold, relax the head. You can pull on your legs a little bit, unless it doesn't feel good in your hips, and don't do that. And then to come up, you can use your legs again to come up, or not. And then let's reach these arms up in the air and take the hands to the sides. Since we did those spinal mobilizations already, let's try them one more time right here. Find your even standing, and we'll inhale both of our arms up over our head. Interlace the fingers and release the pointer finger. Squeeze the palms together and the arms towards the noggin. Move the arm bones back, pull the belly in, and let's stretch to the right. You're going to push that right hip to the left, pull the belly in, roll the right chest under and the left chest back. Come on up and try your left side. Reach that left armpit under, the right armpit back. Lift the chest up just a little bit more side bending. Try to get all the way up to that upper spine. Well, come on up. And release the hands. For good measure, we'll come to the top of our mat, put our hands on our buttocks, push our hips a little forward, lift the chest up. That should feel nice. Let's come into the top of the mat and do some sun salutations now that we feel so good and warm. Finding your feet evenly planted. Shift a little something here, making sure that my mat is secure. Good. And from here, we'll inhale and reach the arms up over the head. Let your hands come together and look at your thumbs. Exhale, put your hands on the ground. You can bend these knees or widen the feet in order to get them down. Relax your head. Inhale, lift the head up, shift the weight forward into the hands. And then exhale, step your legs back into a plank. We're going to hold this plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly lower down to our tummies. We're going to lift the chest and the legs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll put the hands down, we'll put the feet down, and we'll push up into up dog and back into down dog. So good. Once again, you're welcome to flex and extend knee by knee how you see fit. Or you're welcome to just find a steady position and hold it. But when you're ready, we're going to look forward and step those legs up. And then fold. Inhale, climb back up as you like. And then exhale the hands to the sides. If you've come away from the front of the mat or you don't quite like your position, adjust. Here we go again. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, fold, pull the belly in. You can bend the knees. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower down halfway, all the way, or not at all. Inhale, find the back bend. You can keep your feet on the floor or not. And then exhale, push back. In to down dog. Are you feeling a little more still? Can you get into the back of the leg or the front of the thigh a little more? What feels good to you here? You want to try to widen the glute flesh a little bit, get a nice stretch through the bum. Look forward and step or jump up to the top. And then we're going to exhale and fold, relax the head down. Let's see, can we come up without using the legs, the hands and the legs? Inhale, reach all the way up. And we'll release. Feeling good, let's do one more. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, step or jump back, and then lower down. Inhale your favorite back bend, and then exhale your down dog. Now just breathe right here. Looking forward, we're going to inhale and step or jump the feet up to the top of the mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale, upward facing hands. And we'll release. Let's head to the back of the mat. We're going to do some clapping lunges. I'm going to encourage you to step forward with some enthusiasm, and we'll lower the left knee down to the ground before lifting it back up. It'll look like this. Inhale, step your right leg forward, clap your hands overhead, and lower your left knee down. And then inhale, lift your left knee up, and step the right leg back. Inhale, step your left leg forward, lower the right knee. Inhale, lift the right knee and step the left leg back. And then exhale, happy to be right here. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down. Step it back. Feeling pretty good there. Let's inhale, step the right leg forward and keep the left knee up. Straighten up that left leg. We're going to hold this high lunge for 5. Try to find the right foot evenly pressing. Pull the right hip in a bit, pull the belly in a bit. Move those arms back. And then step back. Ooh, that's a good one. Ready? Left leg. Good. Straighten out that right leg if you can. Adjust your left footing. Feel good here. Move those arm bones back. Belly in. And then we'll step it right back. That's tough. Alrighty. Coming to the top of your mat, we're going to find chair, Utkatasana. Inhale. You can separate the feet about hips distance. Bend your knees, arms up. Hold. Flex your left hip. Send your left leg back into your high lunge. And now turn the heel down and open the chest for warrior 2. Stay right here for 5 breaths. Now we'll straighten the right leg and take triangle. We bring the right hand to the right shin, we cock that right hip, we look up at our left hand. Hold the belly in. And now reach that left arm over your head for a feat of strength. Bring the left arm up. Inhale, bring yourself back up to triangle setup and then bend the right knee. We're going to pivot it around into a nice high lunge. And we'll step the left leg up to chair. From chair, we pick the right leg up, send it back, hold it here, find your balance. And then we'll find our warrior 2 by turning the right heel in and taking the belly in between the legs. You can look at your left hand going spread and that left knee. Now we'll straighten the left leg for triangle, cock the left hip. Right hip comes in a bit, look down at your left arm, line up your shoulder, your leg, and your head. And then look up at your right arm, line up your right shoulder, your left shoulder, your leg. And now with feet of strength, reach the right arm out over your ear. And bring that right arm back up. Inhale up into our warrior 2. And then from here we're going to step right back up into our chair. And release. Take a breath. Okay. Here we go again. Inhale into your chair. Step your left leg back. Turn your left heel in and down, warrior 2. Now from Warrior 2, we'll come into side angle by bending the right elbow, bringing that right elbow onto that right knee. And now externally rotate your right forearm, turn the hand out on the bottom. And let's bring that left arm out over your ear. Stack your shoulders, pull the belly in, stretch your left waist. You can bend that right knee more or less, up to you. If you'd like to take a moment with a feat of strength here, bring your right arm under your left hand. And then come up to Warrior 2. High lunge, chair. Right leg back, high lunge, Warrior 2. Side angle pips, left elbow, left knee, left elbow stacks, left knee, left ankle, left knee, left shoulder. Then bring that right arm up. And stay right here. Rotating the chest up, stretching that left inner thigh. If you'd like to perform a feat of strength, find a place that you can balance and bring the left arm under the right. We'll inhale up to Warrior 2, and then come up into our chair and release. Feeling so good. Let's come to the middle of the mat and separate the feet about 5 or 4 feet. How tall are you? I don't know. Pick one of your own leg's lengths and be about like that. I'm a little leggy, and so I'm a little wider here. And we're going to bring these hands down to the ground when you're ready. Take a moment and lift your head up. And try to find the back bend here. Lifting the buttock, lifting the chest. And then maybe come down to your elbows. Relax your head. If that's easy for you, walk your hands back, coming onto the palms and bending the elbows. We'll inhale the head up, pause, and exhale here. This is called Prasarita or wide-legged pose. We'll bring the hands to the waist and we'll come on up on an inhale. And we'll exhale. Let's try the C part. Separate your arms. Take your hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Reach your arms away from your buttocks. Inhale, come back up. Pause and exhale. Last one, bring your hands back to your waistline. On your exhale, fold and catch your big toes with pointer and middle finger. If that feels a bit too far, you're welcome to catch your calves and you're welcome to bend your knees. When you're ready, pull. Inhale your head up, pause and exhale. Inhale, stand up nice and tall. And if we can, we're going to hop these feet back together. Good luck. I think this is a nice little feat of strength in its own right. Nice, 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 nice. Side fold into Warrior 3. We're going to separate the legs again and we're going to turn out over our right leg. So we'll jump out. We'll pivot over our right leg, and we're going to bring our hands down to the floor outside of it. Now from here, we're going to bring the left heel up, bend the right knee a little bit, and we're going to jump, we're going to step, and let the body move forward and up in space, taking the left leg off the ground. Now squeeze every muscle on the back of your body that you can find. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Gently soften the right knee, come down. Straighten the right leg, turn around. We'll take a little fold over this left leg. You can turn that right heel in or out to square off. Just try to find your body over the body. You can bend this left knee here in order to get your upper body over your lower body. Then, Bring the right heel off of the ground, start sending the weight into the left leg, start floating the hands off the ground, and then step up for warrior three. Find the weight in the left leg, and then every bit of muscle on your back body, squeeze it. Gently bring it back down. Come to center. And we're going to explore another item. Come over this right leg again. Once again, have the left heel in and down. And when you place the hands on the ground, I don't want you to lift the heel up again, coming to the ball. Instead, try to keep the toes a little bit out to the side as you bring the hands down to the ground. You can use a block here if it's useful. Walk the hands forward, turn those toes out, and then try to get your toes, your belly button, and your heart to all point in the same direction. For half moon. You can keep this right knee bent, and if it feels good, you can bend the left knee and maybe even try to find the foot there and kick. Don't fall. If you'd like, when you're ready, bend the right knee, soften and come down. We're going to turn around over this left leg. Welcome to use a block here. I kind of wish I could use a block for a moment there. Bring the hands to straddle this left leg. Notice the arrangement of your back right foot. We're going to walk the arms out, bend the left knee, pick up the right foot. Keep your toes facing towards the side wall. Turn your belly button to face in the same direction as the toes. And then turn your chest up too. Try to find the strength of your left leg holding you up. If you want to bend that right knee and take the hand back to find the foot, maybe you can. We'll come out of our half moon pose, gently into warrior two. Straighten the left leg, turn the left leg in, and we'll bring our feet right back together. No big deal. Coming into a nice tree posture here, bringing the right foot onto the left thigh. And bringing our hands behind our back and catching opposite elbows. Can you feel your forearms on your back? Can you press your arms and your back into each other and grow taller because of it? This can be very challenging. Now, bring your right hand under your right knee. Bring your left arm up. Can we side bend here like we did at the very start of class? Notice the strength of your left leg. Notice the strength of your right side waist. Bring it back up. Find your balance. Now wrap that left arm behind your back. Bring the right arm up. Bonus challenge. Can you reach to the left with your right arm? Okay, bring it back. Come on out. My exit was a little faster than maybe I intended. Maybe yours was too. That's okay. Let's set up tree on the left-hand side. Take your time. And hey, if you're watching me, as you well know, I'm freaking human too. I'm gonna wobble. And so if you're staring at me while I wobble, you might wobble also. So it can be pretty useful to find something steady. I'm gonna be my best steady self, but my best looks different day in and day out. Yours might too. Here I am in tree, and I'm gonna go for that stable spine by catching opposite elbows behind me. If you'd like a little variety or a memory check, catch opposite elbows than you did previously. Squeeze the buttock, pull the belly in. Find your footing. Make sure it doesn't hurt your knee. Now bring the left hand onto the left. Speaking of knees, bring your right arm up. And now we're going to stretch to the left. Bring it back up. Woo! Bonus challenge. Right hand, right waist. Left arm up. Reach. This side's a little bit easier for me. How's yours? Come back up. Come back out. And take a breath. Feeling really good about our work. Oh, guys, we're going to carry on with similar shape makings. Now, let's take a look at dancer pose. We set up just a little bit of the effort for it already. Here, we're going to bring this right arm up and turn the right hand out. We're going to catch the inside of the ankle at the ankle. We'll bend the right knee. We've got our arm in our blood-giving position. We'll catch the inside of the right foot for an ankle. Then we're going to bring the left arm up, and we'll kick the right leg back. Try to keep your thighs hugging towards each other, even as they separate away from each other, if that makes sense. What I'm telling you to do is hug your thighs to the midline, both. Come on up. And release. Try your left side. Oh, that looked beautiful. That's fantastic. Nice work. Left side, left side, left side. Some of these poses look gorgeous in the silhouette of the little windows when you share your practice with me. It's so pretty. This is a pretty pose, I think. Bend your left knee, catch the inside of the foot. You're really setting up that external rotation, doing it in blood position, and kick away as you do. Really think about hugging your thighs to the midline of the body. My girlfriend Holly is always like, imagine that you've got a winning lottery ticket or a Beyonce ticket between your thighs. Come on up. And release. I hear my friend Holly's voice because she has taught me lead classes so many times that oftentimes the little mantras that get in my head are hers, like that one. Every now and then she'll tell you to treat it like a Justin Bieber ticket. Separate, 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 and it cracks me up. Nonetheless, let's get to the floor. I'll see you in down dog. Get there how you like. Take the scenic route. Treat yourself. If you feel a little more Beyonce, be a little Beyonce. If you've got a little Justin Bieber sass, you can be that too. Enjoy. My mom and dad got me a record player for my birthday. When they moved, they gave me their old records, and the record player had broken, so I was really grateful to get a new record player. So we've been listening to a lot of vinyl in the house. Not really sure what you would do for a Smokey Robinson ticket. So once you found yourself in your down dog, I want you to come on down to tabletop here. Did you stretch all your little nooks and crannies that you wanted? Here, can we rotate this right leg? I'm going to turn so that you can see what it looks like from the front. So that the right foot touches this left thigh a little bit like you would in tree. Can you set up kind of like a wide-kneed tree tabletop? And you can come to your fingertips or be down on your hands here. And all we're going to do is cat-cow a little bit. So now that I've shown you that, I'll come back over to my side. Look, you can barely tell that I'm doing something other than tabletop, right? You'll just have to know that that right leg is different. And here, I'm going to arch the back, and then round the back. Arch the back, and then round the back. Spinal extension, spinal flexion. And now, we're going to come to the tummy and let that right thigh knee be down towards the floor. So like a little bit like a belly trait. And in our belly trait, I want you to shift your weight just a little to the left. You can take this right hand out to the side slightly. And you're going to squeeze your right buttock so that the right thigh can come off the ground. And then, this is where it gets weird. I want you to keep squeezing that outer right glute so that the right thigh stretches, and then roll over just enough that the right thigh touches down, and then squeeze the right buttock really hard to get it to float again. And then shift the weight back into it. Now come up onto your elbows for a little Sphinx action here. Get the chest up. And here, I want you to try to imagine lifting that right thigh off the ground, but it's not going to go anywhere. And you're going to keep leaning into the right side more and more while you do that to stretch the inner right thigh more and more. Should feel pretty good. Great. And now we're going to walk it back. And I'm going to turn to the side again so that you have an easier chance of seeing what we do next. From here, we're going to keep walking back until we're sitting on the inside of this left heel. Can you see that? Nothing fancy. If this is uncomfortable on your knee, you can adjust in so many ways to make it more comfortable. What's important here is that we have the internal rotation of this left hip, and that we're trying to find some weight for the left thigh so that it can come down, but also that we maintain the push of the right thigh into the ground. We'll sit tall, and we'll bring the hands in front of us. Keeping your chest up, how far forward can you walk? Now, I said that sort of like a challenge to see, like, can you get your chest towards the floor? But there's another piece here that's equally important. Can you keep that left inner thigh reaching down for the ground? So can you maximize the internal rotation in your left hip as you work the abduction, the push of the right thigh, of the right leg into the ground? So you're pushing the right thigh down and away, and you're rolling the inner thigh down and trying to get between. And then you can kind of climb forward. If you're like, I don't know about all this, take that left hand, push it into that left thigh. See if you can get a little bit of play in there. And we'll sit up. And we have one more here. Can we release this left leg forward? And I think you've seen this posture before. Janu Shirshasana, right? Nothing fancy. I've just rotated so that you could see the right leg is still in, touching the left thigh. The left leg is now long. And we're just going to lift this chest up. And we'll come forward with the heart. The trick here, if you can you keep your chest up? And like Julie here, as you're working, if you find that rounding the back brings any discomfort into that lower back or hip area, back off some. Lift the chest up. Maria, if your shoulders don't feel great here, find a place where they do feel great. It's okay to go around a little bit as you assess where you need some nourishment. Come on back. I'm someone who struggles with knowing when they're hungry or not. It would be such a simple thing, but I know that when all my systems are optimal, I can tell when I'm hungry versus like when I'm annoyed. Because I'll reach for a treat on both occasions, and I have trouble sometimes telling which is which. Maybe you're the same in this way. Allow yourself up to open to assessment and to see how you're feeling. You don't have to make anything up. But enough of that. From here, I'd like to step out of this in a very particular kind of way. We're going to bring this left leg in, and you can use your hand here to push you forward into this left foot and onto the top of the right foot, or you can do this without using your hands. We come up, and then we rotate this right foot out, turn the toes under, step up. Okay, since I've turned around all kinds of ways so that you can see, I'm going to head back to the top of my mat, and surprise, surprise, we're going to go back to down dog. Get there how you like. You can do the full sun salutation sequence, or you can cat-cow your way through it, or you can just be like lazy ass over here, me, and be like, "Ooh, well, that was nice. Here I am." Once you've given yourself all the TLC that you can muster, we're going to bring this left leg into tree, right here, in tabletop. And you might have to do some fidgeting a little bit to get it to feel a kind of way, and you'll try to get more weight into that right knee, getting vertical with relationship to the right thigh. That is a good challenge. You can be on your fingertops like I am presently, or you can come back down to the palms. Totally up to you. What arrangement's going to help you here to segment the spine piece by piece. So now let's find our spooky Halloween tree cat. Oh, that's a good use for a Spider-Man. Can get this cat out of a tree. And we'll put a cow in the tree. Oh no, that sounds even worse, but we're going to stick that butt up. Oh, feel all those inner thigh muscles doing weird stuff. How cool is that? Chest comes up, belly stretches. And then round your back. Pull the navel in. And arch the back. Lift the chest up. So good. Round the back. Lift the chest up. Okay, let's get that hip extension with the thigh and abduction. Hip and abduction will come on down to our tummy. Take your time. Don't hurt your knee. You can come down to your belly and put the leg into tree too. You don't need to be a hero that way. Let's explore the muscles of the hip further, shall we? Can you shift your weight over to the left thigh so that you feel the left thigh pushing down? Good. Now squeeze your outer left hip, like right here, this outer glutey area. Squeeze it hard and feel a stretch come into the left inner thigh. And now, please shift your weight over to the right. You can use your left hand out to the side of it. Let your left knee come off the ground, or the left thigh come off the ground if you can. Keep squeezing and then roll back over into that space and see if you can get into that hip joint capsule area just a little bit more. There's going to be such a nice stretch for you on the left inner thigh. It could also be a really intense squeeze for the left outer hip. Both are really great options. And keep squeezing and leaning to get more and more into that juicy hip capsule. Making that hip capsule nice and juicy, if it isn't already. Okay, we're going to come into our half Janu Shirshasana position, half backwards facing foot position. So it's a chimera between tree and dancer in a kind of way. We'll push back, we'll roll over these toes or point the foot to roll better. And we're going to sit all the way down on this left thigh. We're pushing off of the left thigh into the right. The push off of the left thigh, that abduction that we were just working on that comes from that left outer hip, that's where we're going to get the weight to help us distribute into this right hip capsule. And so as you work here, you might have to sit a little taller. I'm on my fingertips to grow taller through the spine, leaning your belly button a little bit more to the right maybe to help you sit taller. None of this should hurt the back or the knee at all, right? Feeling so good. And then once you feel well arranged here, let's go ahead and walk it forward. Robert, like if you were to want, if this doesn't feel like the hottest for you, know that you're always welcome to put a pillow or a block. Sometimes a block is too high. A pillow can be really helpful since you're at home under the butt to make it just a little bit easier to come forward. Easy is such a shitty word there. It might be quote unquote easier. What I mean is if it allows the essence of the posture to show up, go ahead and do that. If you want to get more, not less out of a thing. Sometimes doing less will give you more, don't get me wrong, but sometimes a little pillow can help you get over the little humps. And we'll come back up. If that's not you, Robert, don't you fret, just came to mind. Oh, all right, we're gonna get out of this in a particular kind of way. We're gonna walk our hands a little forward so that we can flip the toes under on the back leg, and we'll sit up. We can turn that left foot out, bring the knees in, and we'll step up and step up. Easy peasy. Once you found yourself at the top of the mat, 3 guesses. I'll see you in down dog. Get there how you like. Oh, I suppose I want a sense application too, how I talk about it. Thump, thump. Thump, thump. Oh, my poor neighbors downstairs. I am so freaking noisy at 7:50 in the morning. Thank you for playing with me, guys. Hey, come on down to your knees. We have just a little bit more that I want to do from this setup. So from here, we're going to take a classic camel. So sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands under your two cans, Sam. All right. This is the most action you got in a little while. Enjoy it. Squeeze the elbows in. Lift the chest up, pull the belly in, and look up. You don't ever have to go any further than this. But if it feels really good, go on back. Find your feet. If that feels really good and you're on your toes, come down to your shins. Play around, make it feel good, huh? I'm gonna count to 5 now, and you stay as long as you like. 5, 4, inhaling, exhaling, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up at your own pace. Have a seat on your heels and take a child's pose. Walk it back up. We're going to play just a little bit more with these shapes. Please come back up onto your knees. Now, we're going to bring our right ankle in front of our left knee. If doing that without using your hands is crazy people talk, put your hands on the ground and try. No big deal, but you like a little bonus challenge. Yeah, take your time. It's a little bit similar to our tabletop cat-cow with the leg in tree, but now we've placed the leg into a Hawaiian squat or Ardha Baddha position. Those that would like to bring the foot up higher are welcome to do that also. Is that what I want today? I don't know what I want. I'm going to find out what I want by trying, and if I don't like it, I'll get something else. Hands on your two cans if you'd like. Lift the chest up. Take the head back. Come back up. And bring your hands to the ground. Fold. How far back can you sit? And we'll bring it right back up. And we'll get that left knee out of the way so that we can turn the right foot in. And here we are again. Now, I'm going to show you 2 other ways to do this. You are welcome to simply move the left leg right in front of the right. But if you'd like to figure this out a little bit more step by step, here, you can come into your tabletop, lift the right knee up. I'm going to try not to break my shit. Lift that right knee up, and then externally rotate that left thigh. The shin's going to come in. Then you'll bend the right knee and bring it down, and you can walk your hands in, and there you are set up for it already. That's another nice way to do it. Okay, hands on your cans. Lift the chest up. Take the head back. And for those of you that are feeling very good here, you are welcome to take that one step further if you didn't by catching your back foot with your hand. A really nice bonus challenge is getting both hands to that feet. Flip over the top of the foot when you're ready, and one more time, we're going to sit down. And once we've sat down, we're going to fold forward. When you're ready, come on up. And from here, we'll come on out of this. You can lift that right knee up, rotate that left leg back, step the left leg back, and find a up dog and a down dog. Please come through and have a seat with me on the ground. We're going to finish up these shape makings with a little bit more side bending and twisting from our 2 rotational patterns in the hip, the Janu Shirshasana and the balancegymusa legs. That is to say the figure 4 head to knee leg and the backwards facing leg. Here we're going to set up the figure 4 leg. So let's bring the left leg in, put the left heel right next to the left groin crease, and take this right leg out to the side. We'll come forward between the legs a little bit, and then we're going to walk those arms over towards the right leg, side bending a bit. And then if it feels good, you can turn this right palm up and catch your foot, and bring your left arm up and over. We've seen this shape today kind of too, haven't we? How far do you want to go? You can hold on to the foot with both hands if that feels good. Your shoulders are a little tighter, you can keep stretching, and we'll bring that up. Now come into your combat stance and with the arms. Boo, boo. The fighting Irish. Boo, boo. I don't know if that's appropriate either. From here, without using your hands, let's see if we can rotate this leg into internal rotation. So we'll pick up the left leg, and then we're going to roll that left inner thigh in and try to take it back. You can leave the ankle out, presuming it doesn't hurt the knee this way, or you can point the foot and bring the heel closer to the buttock. They'll give you different things, but if you have a compromised knee, that can make your knee feel more compromised, so we don't want to do that. But if it feels good, we do like that. Now from here, come inside the legs. And now walk over towards that right leg. Can you get your left thigh more onto the ground? Can you get more between your legs as you find a really nice stretch? You can even take this right hand to your left thigh and try to roll that left inner thigh down more while you twist up. Come on up. I'd keep you there all day if I could, but you know I can't. You're going to shift the weight into this right leg, pick up the left leg, turn her out, straighten her out. Oh, it's our last two poses on our last side. We're going to bring this right leg in to our nice wide-legged Janushirshasana. These postures have all kinds of different names depending on where you learned them. What really matters is let's talk about the elements. Come on in. Push your right thigh down in your mind. From here, side bend the body a little bit by walking the hands to the left. Side bend the spine. Now from here, turn that side bend into a bit of a twist. Reach that right arm up and over. Start turning the chest. You can hold on to the left leg, of course. And keep pushing that right thigh down into the ground. The outer right thigh pushes into the ground, and it's from the push of the right thigh into the ground that we start to turn the chest up. And we'll bring ourselves back up. And we'll get this hip one final time. Let's roll this right thigh in. Feel free to adjust. So many wonderful positions. You can start to extend this hip more, which can be very nice. Lots of good options. And now let's try to get into the hips by coming between the legs. Get that left thigh down onto the ground. Roll that inner right thigh down onto the ground. Try to think about picking that right heel up off the floor. Walk it over to the left. That starts with the side bend. And from our side bend, we find our twist. If this feels really good to you, you can take this bottom left arm to the right thigh and start to roll it down even more. Ooh, that was a good one. Come on up. Find your combat stance. Shift the weight. Roll that leg out. All right, shake them out. Cross your legs. Chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. It is our final lap around Chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. And we'll come through. Lay down. And take rest. Guys, thank you all so much for sharing some of your morning with me. It is right at the end of our class time, and so I'm going to put you into rest, and I trust you to stay here for as long as you like. If you aren't sure, try to count backwards from 120. See if you can get to 0, and then hop up. If that is a little bit too mechanical, set a timer and stay put for 3 minutes. Why not? If that's too mechanical, contemplate how long you might be able to stay if you add a millisecond every day and practice every day for the next 5 years. And then maybe add a millisecond day by day. These are wonderful ways to go about it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing some of your day with me. Namaste. How about each of you? When it is time to exit, exit softly. Exit lightly. And then go show the world what's up.